Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we have a very important supply chain update regarding the Raspberry Pi. For those of you who have been a follower of this channel, as you guys have known, there has been a supply chain shortage in regards to the Raspberry Pi since last year. I believe it actually may have happened in January of 2022. But for the first time, Eben Upton, the head of the Raspberry Pi Foundation, is giving us some really good news. He's saying right now at the beginning of 2023 or second quarter of 2023, everything should return back to pre-pandemic levels. And in the second part of next year, everything should be as normal, meaning you can buy multiple units for the from the Raspberry Pi. So right now we do have the Pi 0W 3A Plus, 2 GB and 4 GB variants. They have over 100,000 of these units. These have been really hard to come by. I've even stopped at Micro Center for the past several months. Haven't really seen anything then. The last time I was there, I picked up a bunch of Raspberry Pi W3A Pluses. I believe that may have been in February. But you guys know the industry's been hurting. There's been a drastic pullback even within the retro gaming community because they're just not viable right now in terms of pricing, and with all the price gouging going on, Raspberry Pis are averaging anywhere between $100 to about $150 on average. And so, you know, these units and devices were never made to be exploited with that cost. I mean, these were supposed to be economical computer options, you know, for the community with these single board computers. In fact, we've even seen a drastic drop with retro gaming in terms of using the Raspberry Pi or for RetroPie as an option. It says, although we are sitting on substantial order backlogs from commercial customers, we expect to gradually increase the fraction of our output which we dedicate to single unit sales next year until we're back on our pre-pandemic situation. The chip allocations we receive for next year mean that by the end of the third quarter, the channel will have recovered to its equilibrium stocking level with hundreds of thousands of units available at any given time. At that point, we will have spent a little over 2 years in a low stock position, a measure of the severity and persistence of the shortages. One of the things that I've also noticed is with the semiconductor shortage, if you guys happen to notice and you follow politics in the news, a lot of the GPUs really became available when they stopped shipping to Russia. If you guys are familiar with the war in Ukraine right now, a lot of countries, I think they had embargoes. You couldn't ship certain things to Russia. In fact, I think all trade has been suspended. And so when they did that, I personally noticed that there was a huge increase within stores being able to get video cards. This may also help impact the reason why they also have a huge surplus right now, as well as being able to forecast what they're going to do with this supply, because they're not shipping to certain countries, predominantly naming Russia, for example. And so the market, you don't have as many countries or people to supply to because obviously there's limits in that. But yeah, if you guys remember, the Pi 4 was originally about $55, but now people are selling them for about $150, $170 at a $45 price point on average. But yeah, they are going to increase prices on some of the other models. Obviously, the Pi 0 is going from $5 to $10. The 0W is going from $10 to $15. So they are going to slowly increase prices and then drop them back down once everything becomes stabilized. And this is just really good news for the community. I know a lot of people have started using regular PCs. If you guys are also followed my Micro Center videos, they are still in the arcade business. I know a lot of people thought that they were going out of not so much out of business, but stopped carrying arcade units. But not having these boards have drastically affected how they position themselves in terms of retro gaming. But this is all good news. Again, I know the Raspberry Pi is not just used for gaming. People use these for their displays, their marquees. If you guys see a lot of the stuff you see at IHOP, you know, Denny's, they use Raspberry Pis for a lot of those menus. In fact, I know some of the guys I follow in the firework industry on those videos, they use Raspberry Pis for that. But you also have a lot of people using them for pools, and of course a number of different various hobbies out there. I mean, that's why these were made, was to be a very inexpensive solution to getting into the computer technology for kids and whatnot. But there are a lot of different programs you can run with the Raspberry Pi to do things that you typically wouldn't need all the power and resources of a normal PC. Another good thing that I definitely want to point out is that they are spreading this out across different variants, 2 GB, 4. I don't see the 8 GB model listed in here as well. And also last year, I believe it was November, the Raspberry Pi Foundation came out with a new Pi 4 model, which was, it has a different chipset on it. If you guys aren't familiar with that one, I know a lot of people didn't get a chance to get that particular Raspberry Pi 4, but that one allows you to overclock it as much as the 8 GB version. So there are 3 different versions of the Pi 4. There was the original one. I have all of them, but there's the original Pi 4 that came out. Then there was one with the USB-C fix, and then now you have this particular version which has an additional chip on it. You guys can watch a previous video on that. I have that here listed on the channel, but that additional chip allows you to overclock it. Actually, I'm sorry, not overclock it, but gives you additional over voltage that'll pretty much put it on par with the 8 GB model. It doesn't give you as much memory, but it does have the same power output. And so for those of you who follow the retropie community, that's a huge difference. In fact, I noticed that when somebody made a particular image, they had it overclocked, but the new Pi 4 can handle it and the previous models couldn't. But all in all, this is really good for the hobbyist community. I know a lot of you use this for other projects. You have arcade units and so forth. But I am glad and happy to really see that they are pushing out these updates, because it's been really dry around here, in terms of, I love the Raspberry Pi in terms of things that, it can do. I'm tired of walking around Micro Center and seeing other stores where people are price gouging on these, and you just couldn't, get some of these units. But yeah, these are going to be coming out probably by the end of this year, beginning of 2023. I'll keep you guys updated if I start seeing these, at Micro Center. But we are seeing these, and also too, this has affected a lot of businesses. If you guys are familiar with the GPi case, that team over there, they recently made some of the other units that were compatible with the 2W and also I think it was also the CM4 model, I believe. And so they released it at a very bad time when it was also hard to find those particular boards. And but all in all, as we see everything coming back to normal stock levels, we can start seeing other companies being able to utilize this technology with the Raspberry Pi as it was intended to. But again, guys, just wanted to give you this quick update on the Raspberry Pi chain scenario. So expect maybe February and March you'll start seeing more of these around, like your websites like Kiodiekin, and then of course Micro Center and so forth. Best Buy might start carrying these. They are a direct reseller, as well as far as here in the United States. I know you have like Micro Center, Best Buy. I think Target also carries Raspberry Pi as well. But hopefully we'll be able to start seeing these on the shelves by the second half of next year. But again, guys, like and subscribe. We do have Supreme Ultra V2 coming out pretty soon for supporters. So really glad to see this is coming out at the right time so people can get back to their gaming and other hobby methods. Till then, catch you guys later. Peace out. You guys all have a great day. See you later. Bye-bye.